Alright, as you can see here, I'm showing people asked to demonstrate because I used to wear finger waves a lot. On this stocking cap, I'm using 27 pieces and I'm using the longest pieces first, the 5-inch. After I do a couple of rows of that, then I start with the 3 inches. When I put the stocking cap on the mannequin, like how I do a client, you see I stitched it down onto the head. And then I started gluing in the 3-inch pieces. Once I made it full, like at that bottom row, as you can see, I'm starting to install the 3-inch, the shorter pieces now. Once I install it around the whole head, and I do it as full as I can. On this one, I didn't do it all the way full because I wanted people to see what the side effect is if it's not full, and how you might see parts of the scalp. And even if you see parts of the scalp, some clients don't want to add hair to their real hair doing waves, and they let that show. That's fine. But if you're going to do a weave, you want to have it full and done properly. So this is what I'm going to show you, and you'll see a little side effect at the end where it could have been thicker in the spot and it was thin, and you'll see the scalp, just so I could show you the defects of it. So I put all of that in, and I glued all of that in. This is 3 inches. Next I'll get to 4 and work my way around, and you know, make sure you put your closure in the right spot. I did speed it up. If anyone wants a full tutorial of this, it is $200. You just have to get the products, your stocking cap, the glue, and the 27 pieces, the proper hair, and I'll walk people through it, do a video call. And it's worth it. Do it on myself a lot and on other people. When you're doing these things also, the products, like you have gel and stuff, you make sure you use the right color depending on the color hair you're using. And once I install it, I don't just wave it. I have to taper it down and cut. And that would be the next topic I'm talking about on this channel, hair cutting. And if you want live classes, I also charge for that, but we'll do it. And on the side there, you see how I have the stocking cap over the ear and going around it and line the glue around the outline. So I know that's the ear piece. And when I'm done, I just cut the excess pieces of tissue, the paper towel, right, so I went above there. Which really, when I went above there, go right above there, I should have curved it a little. You see how it's showing the ear of the mannequin? So that's what you want to do when you're installing it. And I gave it, you know, I tapered down the sides and the back. And after I installed all of the pieces, so here it is. Okay, with waves, we're gonna think of C's, S's, and C's, forwards and backwards. Okay. Now, I'm using gel, colorful hair, light hair, clear gel. If you got somebody with like salt and pepper hair and they want their hair to look colored without putting color in it, you could use brown gel. You could use foam on short hair that's certain textures. So depending on the color and the texture is the product that you're going to use. All right. So say here, when I said think of the S's, we forming ridges. And C's, S's and C's. Start practicing in the straight line first before you go around the head. Now, you can see See this? C's, and it's like S's. This is what you will be doing. Alright? So I'm going to do this. When you do start, you start the line, but after that, you're going to have to learn how to go around the head when you're starting. Okay? And forming that ridge around. It's not hard. You just keep doing it. Okay? You just keep doing it. See? And I'm going to do this going around. I will do this going around the whole head. See that? Sorry. And I'm forming the first ridge at the top. And make sure you cover up the spaces. When that happens, you fix it. Now that is the first ridge. Once that starts, you go back and you're going to go the other way. And you can add gel or product as needed. I distributed it throughout. And you will make ridges and form these wave patterns. Okay. But nice uniform look. We're going to keep doing this around. Once we do that, we'll go back and forth with it. And I will show you the end result. Anybody want to learn? You get your products and stuff. This style is depending if you need a stocking cap like what I did, it's going to be $200. If you get a relaxing stuff, you know it starts at certain prices. A tutorial for this is $200. So I will post it in the results. Be back. Like, share, and subscribe to Queen of Attraction. Now this is a simple wave pattern. And I wanted to see here, I didn't fix this. You see this little scalp showing? That's where I could have added more hair. Or if you see somebody's scalp showing, that's where it's kind of thin. You can add hair, or either they can leave it. Some people who real hair is like that. If you see a little space, it's okay. But some people like me, I love it full. So I'm just showing you the little, how it's supposed to look, and when you have a little moment. You see? I left some of that. I know that was there, but that's how that is. So this is the wave pattern for beginners. This is what you would be paying attention to, okay? You'll be looking at all of this. And remember I said S's, forward and backward C's. Make your ridges, okay? So this is a beginner's, okay? All right, a lot of people want to give credit to the early 1900s for the vintage finger waves hairstyles. As you can see, a lot of people believe this started in the early 1900s. Like if you watch the movie Hoodlum or any movies from early back in that day, you will see a lot of wave patterns like ocean waves, soft waves, finger waves. But really, the credit goes 60,000 years back to Afro Asians when Africans arrived in China many years ago. Black Asians started the Great Wall of China. They also built pyramids in Japan. And based on the contents of the pyramids, the proof is there. A lot of people don't know, but between Siberia and Mongolia, the Asians that were living in stormy mountains there, it was bright lights and cold winds. This caused them to dim their eyes, which caused a slanted eye look, if you can see here. Texture really is a part of the climate. You know, curly hair, coily hair. Africans grow that spiral hair, protecting them from heat. When you see ones with straight hair, due to weather conditions, straight hairs will to cover external respiratory organs to prevent disease and infection. So the texture is a function of the climate in science before colonization, before the raping and robbing and all of that stuff. Texture was a function of the climate. Okay? You can see here, more kinky, coily hair. You know, modern day Asians today are white from the OC2 gene. And that comes from albinos. It's a form of albinism. Now, these are real Malaysians. And you see their eyes. HERC2 or OCA2 gene, the blue eyes, and blonde hair. This is hidden, but this is real, and it's been around. This is hidden, but this is real. Their land has been raped and robbed and used. You know, white people needed it. Natural selection to whiten Europe. They used the albinism gene and spreaded the albinism gene in Europe because we was there first. Albinism is an African trait. Okay? So straight hair was formed due to weather conditions for Europeans during their time of mutation to survive. Also, certain genes, you also have two genes, SLC24A5 and SLC45A2. These genes help with skin color of the white man. They needed it to survive. You hear this is like one of the first Black Europeans, and yes, it is an image of one of the first. You see the eyes, no context, this is real. That was his real look. No mutation or anything. You see HERC2 or OCA2, and that's blue eyes, and it helps with blonde hair. So before we discredit ourselves, let's know where we really come from. This is real Black history. Slavery isn't our history. This is real Black. Please like, share, and subscribe to Queen of Attraction. We were here first. We did it first.